I have two questions. Um, why was he made captain? So him being made captain, does that mean that we've now solved racism? That's the first question. My second question is, outside of racism, what does Enzo Fernandez provide this Chelsea team? Because let's be real. Goals, assists, good play, good performances, controlling of the game, maintaining tempo. He was arguably Chelsea's worst player. There were other guys that were also trash as well, probably worse, but he was one of the worst players for Chelsea on that pitch. So he had the captain's armband. But what are you providing this team? How are you helping this team? How are you improving this team? I have no idea. And it's now time. See, before we could hide and we could make excuses. Now that World Cup tax, it's 2022 now seems very far away. So for Enzo, we don't have to ask those real questions. I was like, okay, what are you providing this team? How are you helping this team? Should you still be in this team? I'll leave it there. He's resuming. He's resumed back where he left off. Back where he left off. The goal was avoidable. It was a very avoidable goal. But when you have a lethal goal, and this is the difference. So the difference between both of the sides. There are many things, but a key difference between the sides is that one team had a striker, another team had Nico Jackson. And for Erling Haaland, once he got into that opportunity, you knew he was going to execute. Because those great strikers, you give them a sniff, you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. So if you give someone like Haaland just an inch, he'll take a mile. And remember, Haaland dropped over 20 Gs last season. Bro, you have to understand that you're looking at a goal-scoring freak. I get it. He's a Norwegian scarecrow. I get it. He plays like a tree trunk. He moves like a tree trunk. He looks like a tree trunk. But he's an amazing goal scorer. And you cannot deny how this guy is an expert as goal scorer and how he will devour goals. And this just shows you, and it's a theme of this post-match reaction of how Pep has evolved. Pep has evolved. The Pep we know now isn't the Pep we knew in 2018 or 2017 or the Pep we knew in 08. And Pep has realized that, Alvarez, I love you, my guy. I'm choosing Haaland over you every day of the week, twice on Sunday, 3 times on Monday, 4 times on Tuesday. Because this is a guy who scores goals. Goals help us win games. Dribbles are cool. Step-overs are cool. Goals win games. And this is still a sport of goals, of who's puts the ball inside the fishnets more than the other guy. And this guy, this Norwegian tree trunk, puts the ball inside that fishnet more times than any other player on this planet. And they had him and we had this dude. Chelsea fans, stop it. Stop it. Is he a trash player? No. He's a decent footballer. He's decent. But he keeps being put in positions I don't want him to be in. Let him be a facilitator. Let him be a supplementary piece. But every time he's in a goal-scoring situation, he's garbage. He's trash. And how frustrating is it? And how many times have I been saying, get a goal scorer, get a goal scorer, get a goal scorer? Goal scorers are not made. Goal scorers are born. You are born a goal scorer. Nico Jackson was not born a goal scorer. I'm not sure he was what he was born as. I'm not sure. Maybe he was born as Astrid's side piece. He was not born a freaking goal scorer. And it is just so annoying when you know he's in a goal scoring position and I can bet my life 5 times over that he's going to break it. Every time he's in a good goal scoring position, I know he's going to mess up. So how many times was Chelsea fans keep seeing this guy in this situation and he keeps on messing up time and time and time again? I would say probably the best player on the pitch was this dude. And again, it shows the evolution of Pep. Pep, the passing thing, yes, it's still there. But Pep is realizing how lethal ISO players are, how lethal 1v1 players are. And Doku, aka the Belgian Goku, this guy's good. Bro, the amount of time that guy dropped the shoulder and did that change of pace and it's kept on walking. It's like, it's reminded me of Robin where you know what he's going to do. He's literally telling you what he's going to do. He's going to do it and there's nothing you can do to stop it. And just what Doku has brought into this team is a dimension that simply Grealish couldn't bring. Because If you have a guy who can beat his man 1v1 and create space, that adds another dimension to your team. That adds another dynamism to your team. So for me, Doku, he was superb. He was amazing. And Chelsea had no answer for him. Every time he had everything that City did well, every time City looked dangerous, came through Doku. And I've kept on telling these guys why he scores high in the eye test. People said half up. What is he score so high in the eye test? This is why. If you have a high eye test score, it's a great foundation to ball. It's not a guarantee, but it's a great foundation to ball if you pass the eye test. So what this Doku guy is showing, especially under Pep, if he keeps on improving, this can be one of the most lethal guys in his position. Now, I'm hoping that his injury is not real, but so on one side you have Doku, on the other side you have Savio. Two guys who Pep has given the freedom to cook, to express themselves, to enjoy themselves, to say what's up, to really enjoy this thing called football. And these guys are cooking. These guys are doing the damn thing. And if you now have Savio on one side, Doku on one side, with how well City use the ball and how well they keep the ball, with Haaland as a striker, we already know how well they do defensively, and Rodri as the anchor, how can you bet against 5 in a row? I just do not know how you can bet against five in a row. Bro, this ain't the new John Serie. He's not. Like Chelsea fans, let's stop. Not every player from the academy is amazing. Chelsea have had 2 quality players from the academy, Reece James and John Serie. That's it. Everyone else, nah. And Colwell, no, sorry, this ain't the next John Serie. No. And he was at fault for the first goal, 100%. That was solely his fault. The goal that Rico Lewis scored, that was a goal. That was not a foul on Haaland. Haaland should not have been given a foul, because I looked at that in slow motion. Cole, I think you messed up, and I think he actually dived. So he could have really been at fault for both of those goals. But you see, a seminal moment in this game was Kovacic scoring. It was symbolic, because Kovacic was one of several experienced Chelsea players who helped Chelsea win trophies that were thrown out in place of the orphans. Out with experienced winners, in with Orphanage FC. So I thought it was, especially a guy who doesn't score many goals, that it was so symbolic that he scored. To just remind Chelsea, like, oh yeah, why did you get rid of Kovacic, Kante, all these older players for all these whole youngsters who they have no experience and have no leadership and have nothing? Because my thing here is, you look at Colwell. Do you know what that defense is? Between Colwell, Fofana, Bereshite, they're all garbage. All of them, they're all crap as defenders. Leadership. Without Rudiger, we don't win that UCL. Rudiger's leadership, his maturity in that defense was a great foundation for us to say what's up. Don't see him as Piliqueta as well. You cannot have a defense without one truly experienced leader. I want at least a 30-year-old in my sense of defense. Thiago Silva today, August 18th, in the year of our Lord 2024, Thiago Silva today would still be the best defender at Chelsea. He would still, at his age of 300 years old, he would still be the best defender at Chelsea, because you need to appreciate experienced defenders. And then we have our good old friend, Robert Sanchez. What was wrong with Petrovic? There was nothing wrong with Petrovic. There literally was nothing wrong with Petrovic. Why is this guy still a keeper? Bro, this guy, this is how he dives. He dives like Rover. That's right. Don't call him Robert Sanchez. He's Rover from Sesame Street. He's a sesame merchant. He's a sesame merchant. That Kovacic shot wasn't great. This bomb messed it up. So, first of all, where is Petrovic and why isn't he in goal? Because Robert Sanchez is going to cost us several games. My thing here is, this is the thing. Maresca is War Machine, and Pep is Tony Stark. You say, whoa, what do you mean by that? Let me explain. Maresca is using the templates of Pep of several years ago. That's why War Machine is a bomb. War Machine is using Iron Man's costume of like Mark 2 or Mark 3. Iron Man is on like was on Mark 7, Mark 8, Mark 9. Pep has evolved from what he was doing with Maresca. Maresca still feels, oh yeah, this is the way to now play for football, and he's using what Pep used to do years ago. Pep has evolved to now bring in a goal scorer, a lethal goal scorer in Haaland, and appreciates ISO dribbling players like Savio and your boy Doku, who he knows are dribblers and are very good in 1v1 situations. Maresca is still back on that bomb ass pass for the sake of passing. Pep still has that, but he's evolved beyond that. Which is why I told you the problematic thing of Maresca and how dumb the acquisition are. They think that, oh, let's get a Pep clone and we can now say what's up and it could be good. No. You're getting Pep clones of years ago, of a Pep years ago. Pep has moved on from that. So Pep now knows, oh yeah, please copy me. That's me in the past. I have moved on. And for Chelsea, please, you have to evolve and move on. Give me a quality striker, an experienced defender, and then we can freaking cook.